All right, hello. Thank you for watching. This is Anthony, Spoken Anthony, and I found something very interesting today. So, not necessarily today, yesterday. Charleston White, a very animated person, a person that is, some people would call the COO word. Now, I don't necessarily think that's him. I think he found a way to garner a lot of money, and that's what he does. He says a lot of controversial stuff sprinkled with a little bit of truth that makes it be like, he's not 100% wrong, but it makes you dislike him in some sense. Now, Charleston White recently did get into a boxing match with an Island Boy, which he won. I was very surprised about that. I would think I need the Island Boys in their young 20s. Charleston White is in his 50s, I want to say. I would think that a young person will beat the old person, but that old man's strength prevailed. But we're not talking about that today. We're going to talk about his comments he made about Karmelo Anthony. Now, he was very outspoken about Karmelo Anthony. He pretty much said that he deserved life in prison. He deserved to be unalive. He deserved the worst. That's what Charleston said about Karmelo originally. With that being said, though, he has had a change of heart. Apparently, he has talked to the parents. He even found out more information about Austin Metcalf, too. But first, let's go ahead and see what his comments was originally, and then we'll come back and see how he had a change of heart when he had his Say Cheese interview.
No wonder God can't bless black people, because black people got a heart of retribution and vengeance and violence and anger. They want to get back at white people. No wonder Dr. Kingdom could get some things and we can't, because Dr. Kingdom said, hey man, don't hit him back. Hey man, don't hit him back. And then people got way more. Now this group say, let's kill them. Let's kill them. But show kids, you hear about kids every day in the hood schools getting bullied, but y'all don't have this much outrage for bullying. They have a no bullying month, but y'all don't have this much outrage. But now all of a sudden it's out, let's kill the bully.
And now you see, this is all the information that was put out to the media. At this time, when he first heard about the situation, I don't think he did his own research. And you'll see why in a minute.
Most of y'all are bullies. Most of y'all are, come on, cuz, OG, bullies. Come on, Crip Blood bullies. But now we want to kill the bully. When most of black children go to school every day and have to face a bully, why you think they got to wear Michael Jordan tennis shoes? But now we got a problem with bullies, huh? When have we ever told our kids to go kill the bully? We taught our kids how to stand up to the bully. No matter if it was two of them, fight both of them. But you don't put your life in danger to kill unless you got killing in you. But if you listen to kill music, you got killing in you. There's no way good kids kill.
And that's what I mean when I say that he says a lot of controversial stuff, but he sprinkles a little bit of truth in there. Now, there's all kinds of studies about the government pushing certain types of music to help program people to be more violent in tendencies. But again, that's another conversation. We'll talk about that in another video. But like I said, little sprinkles of truth, but he still says stuff that stings.
I know a nigga stabbed the girl 93 times, but before he got to 93, he dropped the knife. She begged and she pleaded. He dropped the knife. But because he was abused and he had anger and he had rage inside of him for what his daddy was doing to him, he finished up. What's in you gonna come out of you. And good kids don't stab people to death, y'all. This is a kid with some trauma. Let's get the background story first. Just because he out there in Frisco. Oh, black people, y'all wrong. No wonder God got your curse. I'm starting to think that curse on us is real, that the Hebrews say. This group hearts is hateful. No compassion. I remember telling my brother one time, God will never let you out of jail, nigga, if you ain't got no remorse for the people you killed. No remorse for the man family. No remorse for the man's boys, father, mother, brother. But y'all got so much for Lil Ronnie, and Lil Ronnie brought death on himself. Come on now. Lil Ronnie brought death on himself. Y'all had all the compassion. But here is a white kid, two little boys having some boy issues. And one little boy killing another little boy. You mean to tell me you black people ain't got...
Now, I find it interesting that he described to these people as little boys, considering they're almost grown-ups at this point, at least by the eyes of the law.
No compassion for neither side. That's why you curse black folks. That's why your situation, God is looking at y'all hearts. That's why your finances can't be increased. That's why your children won't go to the NFL. God is looking at y'all hearts. Black people, y'all ought to be ashamed. That's why your children are dying and being murdered the way they're being murdered. They've been your grandchildren. Man, you cursing.
You know, and that's why I say that just black people in general, we have to be careful. Whenever we speak on anything, we have to make sure we're very well informed and we speak truth. Now, if the initial narrative was true, I couldn't get mad at anything he said. But as time goes on and more information comes out, it is proven to be untrue. And what's normally done is white people in general will find a well-articulated, well-respected, intelligent black man or a black man or woman with a lot of clout, fill their heads up with false confidence or acceptance by them and use us as a mouthpiece. Look at Charleston White at times. Look at Fresh and Fit at times. The gay guy that's on TikTok, I can't think of his name right now. There's a lot of people that looks like us, that's not for us, and are being used by people that look like this. Anyways, he had a change of heart after he actually had a conversation with the family. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And this is the Say Cheese interview. And let me see here.
So let me just say, since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Karmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid.
I got this car recently, and look how much I was paying for insurance before. I used this website, and now
I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big
And that goes back to what people were saying. How come he just didn't run away from them? If he's locked in, he could have run.
violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around.
You know what I find interesting is the daddy for the longest time was saying, let's talk about forgiveness and stuff. He wasn't necessarily anger and just saying, hey, let's go ahead and have them life in jail. He said, I forgive them. If this is true, that he was sitting here whooping, the kids was whooping on their dad, beating their dad up, then I can understand why the dad would have this point of view. He knows his sons.
The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just come and get in the light. He just come and get in the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. No, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business.
Now, the way he's talking right now, that's more of Charleston White, the activist, coming out. Because you got to think about it. Before he got this clout and fame, he was supposedly a community activist. But whenever he started talking down on T.I.'s son, King, I don't like calling him King, but King, that's when he got catapulted to new heights, and he just kept that persona going.
That don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they're trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker. Self-defense. And the reason I say that is, anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Karmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to.
And that's the other thing. The family was actually well off to begin with. I forgot what jobs they had, but you would see old Instagram posts of them with nice cars and houses before the situation even happened. But for some reason, people have a hard time believing that if you're black and successful, you got to be scammy somehow. That wasn't the case at all.
Smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do. Boy, I wish I could go back to when I was saying the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning?
And you see, he says that, but there have been plenty of black people rallying around behind the family, in person and online. Clear, outspoken supporters. But people like Charleston White, like I said before, that wasn't well informed on the situation and spoke out, shamed a lot of black people for supporting us because we realized this didn't sound right. This didn't add up. So now he's saying, well, how come there's not people supporting? Well, people like you, people who are not informed and were talking down and insulting and supporting the white people. Now, I'm not trying to make it a race issue, but the way he's painting it, I want to say it like he said, he supported the white people. The white people helped use him as a mouthpiece. And now he's trying to say, how come you don't have support? Well, sir, you're part of the issue.
Threatening this family, homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you don't.
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses. Malcolm lost it, homie.
Like what you told me.
Portia man, Charleston is a snitch. He is a snitch. Little Woody can't explain. Little Woody's a snitch too. How trustful is this clown? I will say this. Charleston White, and thank you for the comment. I will say this. Charleston White is very well known for talking down and against black people since he became famous. Like I said earlier, he was a community activist before, but now he's more of, I'm going to get this money no matter what it takes. So yes, I'm going to talk down on black people. I'm going to run around with the Confederate flag. I'm going to this do whatever he needs to get to the money, right? That's just what it is. So for a man who's all about his money to see the details and switch, that kind of got my attention a little bit. That's why I wanted to play this. So I was like, you know what? He's more loyal to money than he ever is to anything else. Thank you again. I hope you subscribe, Portia man.
A year ago, you said that losing touch with reality.
You lose the spirit, homie. You lose once you lose the spirit of the things you once loved. Football players, artists. Dave Chappelle lost the spirit, went to Africa, man, fuck that. You lose the spirit because you fight for a group of people that you shouldn't really be fighting for. Who want to make the sacrifice for black people? After you done seen what done happened, after you make the sacrifice. You done lost King. My nigga, look at us. Who want to make the sacrifice trying to save these people? Nobody, homie. Because you have to fight these people to try to help these people. So they're going to put out your spirit. If you're not going to God daily, and I ain't going to, once I got money.
Okay, so I think that was it for the most part. He spoke on when it comes to this whole entire Austin Metcalf situation. Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony situation. I just found it interesting. A man who has turned himself, who essentially turned his back on his people and became loyal to money, saw the evidence and been like, he had to switch up the situation. He had to switch up the conversation. And I think that's a very powerful in itself. He is hustling. and dad paid him. I think Dominique is out of the picture. You know what? That could be a possibility. So I did say he is loyal to money. However, though, he has shown such a disdain for black people in the last few years. I don't think an amount of money will do it for him. I think it had to be an amount of money to meet and then see the evidence, and then he'll go from there. I can see Charleston being like, okay, well, hey, I'll come meet and talk to you, but you got to pay me $10,000 to sit down with me and I'll see what you have. And then after that point, depending on what I see, this is what I'm going to say. I can see it going more along of that compared to of I want to pay you 10, 20,000, what have you, to say these good things. I don't think he'll necessarily do that. But I do see him taking money to sit down for a conversation with them. I 100% see that. But I'm short on time today. I'm on my break. I just wanted to come here, have a brief conversation about this. Anybody else watches this, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments, have a conversation. I'm going to reply back to everybody I can throughout the day. And I'm going to come on later on this afternoon to talk about something else. But thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You guys have a great day. Thank you.